Off a ladder and a cage to a table off a stage in a rumble and a rage. CAW. Kevin Cole, Caleb Cross, Kingpin, Nathan Frost, Kelly O, Angel Dust. CAW. Control, PG, Below, Ace, and Sleazy E, Starman, and Anomaly. CAW. Hero, Hidden Dynasty, Hannibal with 2K, Freeman dealt with FBA. About to begin. Pack 'em up, plug it in, grab your snacks, tell your friends the fun is about to begin.
Evening, folk, and get ready. Welcome to episode 4 of CAW, Classic Action Wrestling. I'm Big Ol' Buck Wild.
I'm Tyrone Noble.
And I'm Ronnie X.
We've spent the last 3 episodes getting all our champions crowned. And now, with that out of the way, we can go ahead and get the show on the road.
That's right, Buck. Tonight, we've got a series of singles matches set up for you as we prepare to build up to our first ever PPV event, CAW Blowout.
And at Blowout, all our newly crowned champions will have their opportunities to show and prove as they each defend their respective titles for the first time. But against who, Tyrone?
That's what we're here to determine, Ronnie. The word of the night is contention. For each title, there are numerous contenders in the waiting for shots at those titles. The goal of tonight is to shake contendership up a bit and give superstars opportunities to adjust their current places in the rankings.
And with that said, let's take a look at our matches for tonight. In our main event, we'll answer the question everybody's been asking: who is Vernon Hammer? As this newest addition to the CAW roster somehow has managed to put himself in the ring with our newly crowned world champion, El Jefe Hannibal Hernandez, as he debuts in this non-title match.
Also, we've got singles action between tag team competitors as Pathos, the 7-foot monster of the unhinged stable of psychopaths and maniacs that is unstable, goes one-on-one with that seething engine of hate, Hans Luger of the villainous cadre of cads known as Chaos, as each represents their respective teams in this singles event.
And contenders for the Intercontinental title compete as well, as the kid from Dropkick City, Justin Case, meets the Bandito, Emilio Votto, in a battle for Intercontinental contendership ranking.
But first, Angelo Santos of LWO 2K throws his team's hat into the tag team title scene ring as he goes head to head with one half of the reigning champion team of FBA, Jesse Jet Black.
Well, that sounds like we got a show. What say we get it poppin'?
We will get it poppin', Buck, right after this Superstar Spotlight.
The following is a CAW Superstar Spotlight.
We're back, folks. The fans are in attendance and the seats are full of butts. So if you'll kindly like, subscribe, and lay a big old belly splash on that funky notification bell, our ring announcer, Jock Whaler, will call the night's first competitors to the ring so we can get this party started.
The following is a match for one fall. First, hailing from Los Angeles, California, standing at 5'9" tall and weighing in at 205 pounds, representing LWO2K, El Guapo, Angelo Santo.
Fans first met Angelo Santo along with Carlos Sanchez last week when they escorted El Jefe, Hannibal Hernandez, their stable's leader, to the ring for his world championship match against the Footloose phenomenon, Freeman, which of course Hernandez won. It was Freeman's hope that he'd be adding the world championship to the FBA stable, where his partners, Angelo's opponent for tonight, Jesse Jet Black with Austin Armstrong, hold the tag team titles. But now, LWO2K are looking instead to add those tag titles to their own stable alongside El Jefe's World Championship.
That won't happen tonight, though. And it won't happen at Blowout either. This singles match just enters their team into contention. They still gotta work their way up through the rankings. And who knows how long that could take. Or who'll even be the defending champions when the time comes for them. If it comes for them at all, that is.
And his opponent, hailing from Harlem, New York, standing at 6'2" and weighing in at 240 pounds, representing FBA, Jesse Jet Black.
Jesse Jet Black. As one half of the tag team champions, he is obviously an amazing tag team competitor. But as we'll likely see tonight, he's a pretty amazing singles competitor as well, showing extreme confidence as he enters the ring with no one in his corner, despite the fact that Angelo Santo has Carlos Dirty Sanchez in his own. And mind you, it's not for nothing that he's called Dirty Sanchez.
I'm guessing it's not, because he has hygiene issues, Tyrone.
No, it's because he cheats. Not that he doesn't have hygiene issues.
Is that right? Well, if he tries anything and Black doesn't see him coming, at least he might still smell him.
Good point. Let's talk about Angelo Santo, Ty. What do we know about him?
Well, Buck, he calls himself El Guapo, which means the handsome. He fancies himself as a ladies' man. And from what I've seen of his post-show dalliances, he's not just blowing hot air. The ladies love this guy.
Really? Women actually go for that ex-con, probably gonna run your credit score up type of a vibe?
Absolutely they do, Buck. Women love a bad boy. And Angelo Santo is about as bad as they come. I don't think he's ever actually been to prison, though, FYI.
Just a matter of time.
You don't necessarily gotta be a bad boy to do well with the ladies' type. Some guys are just born with it. Take me, Ronnie X. I came out of the womb with 3 girls' phone numbers and had 4 more by the time I left the maternity ward. Some guys just got it.
Well, El Guapo is getting it now. And if he doesn't find a way to start giving some of it back, he's gonna be on the fast track to a loss. Black's not playing around.
Well, I don't think his plan is to lie down and just take it, Bud. Angelo's never faced Black before. I believe he may just be holding back his own offense in order to gauge his opponents.
Well, it looks like he's all done gauging and is finally ready to do some wrestling as he gets off of the defensive and goes on the attack.
And what a concise and consistent volley of attacks it is. That's why you take the time to gauge your opponent, Buck. You search for vulnerabilities, openings in your opponent's offense that you can exploit in order to more effectively exercise your own. That's called being a technical wrestler, and that's what Angelo Santo is.
I understand you got that degree in pro wrestling theory and all, Ty, but you actually kind of sound like you've been in the ring before. Something you're not telling us.
I mean, you know, I might have donned a pair of tights, maybe a mask, a time or two, just, you know, as part of my education.
Did you win any matches?
Of course not. I was a student. I was jobbing. It's what you do.
Yeah, because I'm sure you could have won if you wanted to.
Sarcasm doesn't suit you, Buck. And El Guapo showing us that, contrary to popular belief, it only takes one to tango.
Yeah, but unfortunately for him, It still takes two to execute a successful diving attack, and Angelo just missed the mark.
And Jesse Jet Black taking full advantage of El Guapo's blunder, whipping him into those steel stairs.
It's a hurtful thing, I know.
And taunting him now, challenging him to do something about it.
Yeah, he took the bait too, and it went about as well as expected.
I can't say I'm surprised.
Me either.
Now it looks like Black's setting him up for a little low-altitude jet lag.
Angelo started out with the advantage, but it seems that mishap at ringside may have turned this thing around completely.
Yeah, landing on your neck from 20 feet up will do that.
No doubt, and Black looks like he's ready to raise the altitude as he sets up to deliver some more jet lag.
Angelo's looking shaky. I think he's done. Well, maybe not. He's caught.
Hey, what's Sanchez doing? He thought that it was over for his boy, and he was all ready to jump in there with that baseball bat. I see how these boys are laying. If Black loses, he loses. And if he wins, he still loses. That's foul, Ty.
Well, the members of LWO 2K have never been shy about skewing the rules in order to turn things to their favor, Ronnie. And Jesse Black has never been shy about taking on stacked odds. So they still kind of meet in the middle, if you ask me.
I didn't.
Guapo's down. Nope. Guapo's up. And there he goes.
Not the face.
El Guapo with a tilt-a-whirl face buster from out of literally nowhere. Wow. What a turnaround. El Guapo, Angelo Santo has won this contest. His team is now in contention.
I don't think the win was good enough for him, Buck. It looks like they want to make it personal.
Nope. Austin Armstrong is here, and it ain't going down like that. But I can definitely guarantee that it just got personal.
That goes without saying, Buck. But how personal?
How should I know? You're the pro wrestling prophet. All I know is we got another banger coming up right after this.
CAW, the soundtrack. Now you can have the introduction music of your favorite CAW personalities with you wherever you are, at home or on the go. And you can enter any room like a CAW superstar, featuring all the classic CAW entrance themes, such as Ace in the Place,
Ace in the place, voice full of bass, 7 foot tall fool picking up space.
OPG's Look Out Below,
Look out below, sneaky public coming, counting fast and beat the whole place humming.
Chaos Reigns by Chaos,
Chaos reigns, power smash, feasting on your fear clad, battle cries, roaring class.
Sleazy Does It,
Whatever it
Sleazy
takes,
E,
Sleazy E rule the game.
and more.
Breaking all the rules,
Follow
'cause
the
rules
link
be
now
so lame.
and
Money
enter
in the
any
pocket
room
ain't chasing
like
no
a
fame.
superstar.
Rolling on the belt, Sleazy E.
The following is a contest for one fall. Introducing first, hailing from the Bronx, New York, standing at 5'10" and weighing in at 228 pounds. He is the Bandito, Emilio Vato.
Coo-wee. Look at the mean mug on this dude. I'll tell you what, whatever I'm doing, when he looks at me like that, I'm just gonna stop it immediately.
And you'd be wise to do so, Ronnie, because it's not just a look. Emilio Vato is about as mean as they come. You know, I said a similar thing earlier about Angelo Santo, but in retrospect, I should probably walk that back. Not even those guys, like this guy.
Nobody likes him. He's a total heel. Perfect example of being way too good at your job. Glad I don't have to worry about that with you guys.
Thanks, I guess. Emilio Vato is currently the #2 contender to the Intercontinental Championship, so clearly his infamy is not serving as a barrier to his progression. This is a man who's very likely championship bound, whether anyone likes it or not.
Well, one person who definitely doesn't like him is his opponent for the evening. These two guys took an immediate dislike to each other from day one. They both have been waiting for a chance to get their hands on one another for a while now.
The time is nigh, Buck, and soon we'll be seeing which of these two guys came to handle business and which one of them just came to get handled.
And his opponent, hailing from Dropkick City, standing at 5'9" and weighing in at 198 pounds. He is the kid from Dropkick City, Justin Cage.
Where is Dropkick City anyway? I've never even heard of it.
It's about 40 miles north of Parts Unknown, and just west of the Dark Side.
It's not so much where he's from, Ronnie, as it is where he takes his opponents. And that's on a tour through Dropkick City, and stopping to toss his t-shirt to the fans. The Bandito himself, though, not a fan of that. He's ready to get to it.
Yeah, and the kid is ready to oblige him too. They're not waiting for the bell.
Or even for the intro music to stop. They're looking to get their beef settled post-haste.
They already waited this long. They couldn't hold out for 11 more seconds?
No way, Ronnie. This beef has reached on-site status. And on-site means on-site, not after the intro music and not after the bell. It means as soon as I see you, I'm getting at you. Period.
I'm versed in the terminology, Ty. But that's street talk. This, on the other hand, is a professional environment. It's in the name. Professional wrestling. Remember?
Of course I remember. It's my job. But these are street guys. They kind of bring their own rules to the game. I just know what to expect, that's all.
Well, I expect we're about to see a big upset if we're looking for a win from Just In Case. The kid doesn't appear to be performing very well at all.
It is upsetting, Buck.
No doubt.
And unusual.
How so?
I've followed Just In Case's career up to this point, and I can honestly say that I've never seen him perform this badly. Something must be wrong.
I suspect foul play.
You always suspect foul play, Ronnie.
And I'm usually right, too.
Maybe he's just outclassed. Votto is the number 2 contender after all. Where's Case on the list? 5 or 6? It stands to reason.
I really don't think that's it, Buck. There's something else going on here. I'm thinking maybe Ronnie is right. There may be foul play afoot.
Afoot? Are you Sherlock Holmes now?
No, but I'm also not lacking in my deductive reasoning skills. And they're telling me that there's something suspicious going on here. It looks shady.
Extremely so.
Ha! You see, he's getting into it now. The kid was just getting off to a slow start. Y'all guys were freaking out for nothing. Foul play? My red fanny. You guys are just looking for a conspiracy. What do you think he did anyway? Put a hex on him? You guys are either paranoid or a pair of nuts.
I got your pair of nuts right here, Buck.
Ignore Buck, Ronnie. It'll all eventually come out in the wash. And when it does, we're going to get to enjoy watching him eat all that crow. He'll see. The kid's sudden burst of offense is over already. And so, I fear, is the match.
It still looked like a clean victory to me.
And I'm sure it was meant to, Buck. But somehow, I doubt that it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Bandito, Emilio Votto.
Well, it's over now, and if there's anything to it, like you say, I'm sure it'll come up again.
It definitely will, Buck. It definitely will.
The following is a CAW Superstar Spotlight.
Sky crack, thunderclaps, Nicky's on the beat. White leather queen, storm surging in the heat. Finishing moves, bodies hit them not flat. Stone front blast, contender on their back. Fan favorite, crowd roars loud. Bringing the thunder, she's standing proud. Ring the bell, chaos takes the floor. Nicky Storm hits, crowd wanting more. Get ready, storms are coming. Leather-clad warrior, ain't no running. Feel the ground quake, feel the tension. Storm front strikes, no intervention. White leather shimmer, stage ready. Grip tight, in the ring she's steady. Pro wrestling, queen making waves. Opponent falls, left counting graves. Nicky's fury, the crowd in awe. In the ring, she's the law. Every move precise, nothing wild. Storm front drops, can't be exiled. Get ready, storms are coming. Leather-clad warrior, ain't no running. Feel the ground quake, feel the tension. Storm front strikes, no intervention.
Storms are coming indeed. And Nicky Storm is one of the many superstars who will be bringing it to you at our next upcoming show, Blowout.
But now, we're heading back down to the ring, as Jock Whaler prepares to announce our next big match of the evening.
The following is a contest for one fall. Introducing first, representing Unstable, hailing from the home for the criminally insane, standing at 6'11" and weighing in at 275 pounds. He is the madness that walks. I give you pathos.
Home for the criminally insane? Well, how'd he get out? What's he doing here? How'd he get hired? And more importantly, why hasn't anyone come after him?
Those are all very pertinent questions, Ronnie. All of which, I'm sure, we'll conveniently never get around to answering ever.
What's going on with his face?
Obviously, he's ugly. Don't act like you aren't familiar with the condition.
Uh-oh. It doesn't look like Hans Luger is waiting for a proper introduction, blindsiding the nearly 7-foot Pathos as he makes his way to the ring.
Can you blame him for trying to give himself an early advantage? Look at the size of that maniac. He's a literal monster.
Well, Hans Luger is no St. Philip either, Buck. He and the other members of Chaos have done things to their opponents both in and out of the ring that could only be described as atrocities. I wouldn't be pulling out the pom-poms for him, if you get my meaning.
I didn't say I was rooting for him, Ty. Just saying, in a similar situation, I might have done the same. When you're the big man in the ring, 90% of the time like Luger, or like I was, having someone come along and make you the little guy, it can take you out of your element in a major way.
Well, when you put it like that, Buck, I can certainly understand Luger's frustration with being outmuscled. He is, after all, known as the German Übermensch.
The what?
Übermensch. It's German for Superman.
Nah, Tyrone. Superman is a good guy. This dude is a total villain.
No, not the superhero, Ronnie. That's Superman, lowercase s, as in superior to other men.
I see. Well, he's not looking very superior right now. Old Pathos is tossing him around like a pack of Skittles.
Don't you mean a sack of potatoes?
A sack of potatoes would put up more of a fight.
Technically, the fight hasn't even started, Ronnie. But now, as we see both men enter the ring, the timekeeper can ring the bell and the ref will stop the match.
We're underway, and Hans Luger still struggling to get any level of control over this match.
I'm sorry, is this a wrestling match? I was beginning to think it was a dwarf tossing contest.
That might be entertaining as well.
Well, these two ladies don't look entertained. Maybe we need to step it up.
Nah, it's Hans Luger that needs to step it up. He's getting handled like church business in there.
Well, there's a little offense from him, but can he keep it going?
No, sir. Pathos goes right back on the attack and flattens the German Übermensch with that running big boot. And what's this?
He's got something nasty planned, and Luger's clueless to it. Pathos just hurled another one of those big boots right up against the side of Luger's head. And I think we can probably go ahead and turn the page on this one. Yep, it's a rap-a-dap.
Undeniably.
And the winner by a pinfall, the unsavable Pathos.
And there you have it, the unsavable one making short work of the German Übermensch.
Yeah, he did. He must have had a boot full of kryptonite. Hey, how do you say kryptonite in German?
Kryptonite.
Huh? That's disappointing.
I didn't write the German language, Buck.
By the way, I'm pretty sure all of this will translate to Chaos and Unstable, all meeting up next week at Blowout.
But next up, we finally answer that burning question. Who is Vernon Hammer?
That's coming up next.
What's this? Just in case is making his way back down to the ring. He must have something he wants to say.
About what though, Ty? It's time for the main event.
He's probably just coming out here to offer an excuse for that epic butt whooping he took earlier.
Now, I'm not one to come out here making excuses.
See?
I got my butt kicked pretty bad tonight. It happens. I figured it was on me. I figured I wasn't ready for Votto, that I underestimated him, or that I just didn't train hard enough. But then, someone sent this to my phone.
Hey, Votto. Now don't worry. I ain't gonna tell nobody you're back here watching WWE. I just wanted to let you know you money's good with me. I dropped that tablet in Justin's water bottle, and you gon' have an easy match.
It seems Votto conspired with that dirty-ass ref, Shady O'Grady, to slip me a Mickey before the match. Well, that can't stand.
You know you can press charges for that.
Chill, Ronnie.
So as much as I hated having to go running to corporate, I showed them that video and got myself granted a rematch. And a blowout, I'm gonna beat him at his own game. At Blowout, it's gonna be ultimate. Submissions.
Ultimate submissions? Is he crazy? Votto's a submission specialist.
No, Ollie Insane is crazy. This dude is just dumb.
Maybe he has a plan.
Must be planning to get his ass whooped.
The following contest is for one fall. First, hailing from El Paso, Texas, standing 6 feet and 1 inch, weighing in at 270 pounds, making his CAW debut. He's coming with that burning hammer. He is Vernon Hammer.
Well, I guess we finally get to see what all the hoopla is about. What do we know about Vernon Hammer, Ty?
I haven't heard much, Buck. Just internet rumors and backstage whispers. He's clearly seasoned. He's not the least bit green out here, so he's clearly been competing somewhere. Judging by the match he's managed to negotiate for his debut, he's obviously a hot prospect in the eyes of the boss.
I know, right? A shot at the champ in your debut match is practically unheard of. Non-title or otherwise, if he can secure a win here tonight, he'll advance right to the top of the contenders list.
The other contenders can't be happy about that.
They aren't, and the current #1 contender is particularly displeased. And that's bad news.
And who is the #1 contender?
He just told you. It's bad news.
So, I still want to know.
No, that's his name, Ronnie. Bad news.
That's it? Just bad news? Not like Bad News Jackson or Bad News McGillicuddy or something like that?
Nope, just bad news. And I can almost promise he won't take it lying down if he gets pushed out of his title shot at
And
Blowout.
from East LA, standing at 5'8" and weighing in at 145 pounds, representing LWO2K, he is your classic action wrestling world champion, El Jefe Hannibal Hernandez.
This is El Jefe's first outing as CAW World Champion. And even though the title's not on the line tonight, he's still got a lot to prove.
I don't know that he does, but after all, it wasn't in a basic one-fall singles match that he acquired the title. It was in fact a 3-tier, 2 out of 3 falls tournament. Hannibal needed to defeat 3 other superstars 2 times each, and he did that. If you ask me, he's won that title 6 times over already.
Well, he may have won it 6 times over, but he's yet to defend it even once. And until he does, I, and many of the fans, will remain unconvinced as to what kind of a champion he really is.
Well, he certainly looks the part of the champion, and the fans here at the arena seem to be reacting to him as such. But you're not wrong, Buck. Winning the title is no small achievement, but the true mark of a champion is in being able to hold it. At some point, as Ronnie would say, you gotta show and prove.
Yeah, well as we can see, he's pretty much got the showing part down pat. So if we could just get around to the proving.
Wait no longer, Ronnie. The introductions have been made, both men are in the ring, and the match is a go. As the ref prepares to signal the start.
And here we go. Vernon Hammer also eager to get things started. Over-eager, in fact, as he floors the ref with that clothesline meant for El Jefe.
El Jefe too quick, though, countering with a springboard drop kick, dropping the hammer and giving himself the opening advantage.
And Hannibal Hernandez wasting no time as he immediately goes in for the figure 4.
The ref's still down though. Even if Hammer taps, he can't call it.
Doesn't make it hurt any less. He'll be that much softer for the next one.
Buck's right, Ronnie. Hammer was unlikely to tap this early anyway, but it's still smart of Hernandez to lay some big damage to his intended target area early on. And Vernon Hammer, with a move both unorthodox and uncanny, as well as unexpected.
Hammer looking for the power slam, but El Jefe is a bit too slippery. Counters, into an inverted DDT. The big man on the run now, but El Jefe is not giving up his momentum that easily. Diving clear over the ropes and pouncing right down on top of him.
Jefe is on this man like chili cheese on fries, fellas. I think the answer to who is Vernon Hammer is just a whole lot of hype.
Right.
Oh, and Hannibal Hernandez viciously driving Vernon Hammer's head into that ring post.
He's making a point, Tyrone. He's letting them know that you don't just walk in off the street and get in the ring with the champion. That's just disrespectful.
If I never agreed with anything else you've ever said, Ronnie, I agree with that. It's a slap in the face. Even the stiffs up in corporate know that, and they allowed it anyway. Jefe's just voicing his displeasure over the injustice. I'd have done the same.
And there he goes with another figure 4 leg lock to boot. Man, if going hard was a person.
I'm not detecting any lies thus far, Ronnie. Hernandez has been absolutely unrelenting in his assault up to this point. He's definitely looking to make a statement. And again, with that unorthodox lariat attack. And Vernon Hammer may have at last found his opening.
Indeed he has. Off the rebound, catching El Jefe with a big body slam. Goes for the pin, but I suspect it is not a wrap-a-lap.
Of course not. One power slam doth not a rap-a-dap make. Hammer's got a long way to go. If he's smart, he won't let Hernandez get back on the offense at all. He's not going to escape too many more of those figure 4s in this battered state.
Man, he's got a lot of faith in those power slams, don't he? Did he think he was just going to come in here, power slam our champion, and walk off as #1 contender?
Well, he hasn't stopped trying, so he's tenacious. I'll give him that, but I still haven't seen anything to convince me that he's worthy of this opportunity that he's been so graciously afforded.
Well, here's something new. Some kind of submission hold. Not sure if that's where he wants to take it with El Jefe, though, submission specialist that he is.
Yeah, I got something in my notes about that. He calls it the Rings of Power. It's meant to be one of his finishing maneuvers.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem to do the job, but El Jefe not looking stellar after the ordeal. But after getting what was really some minimal pushback from the champion, Hammer's on the run again, and it looks like his reluctance to press the attack has put him back on the receiving end. As Hernandez locks him into the suplex position, and he sets up to deliver the 3 amigos.
Man, it has got to suck to come in here on this next big thing hype train, have all this expectation built up around you, have the boss push you to the heavens just to show up and get absolutely mollywopped by the champion. He can't even show his face in the locker room after this, fellas. He's got to go straight to the car and straight home, never, ever to return again.
No, he's not making a great first impression, is he? Hernandez is looking winded, though. If he becomes exhausted and loses the ability to outmaneuver the big man, that could turn things around drastically.
El Jefe reassuring us, though, and the fans, that he's good to go. Seems he's caught his second wind.
I hope he packed a third wind. Hammer just knocked the second right back out of him.
I think I'm starting to see a strategy here. The shoulder tackles, the power slams. Hammer is trying to tax the endurance of his opponent. He knows he can't keep up with Hernandez's speed, and he can't afford to tax his own energy reserves chasing him around the arena. So every time he does manage to get his hands on him, he seeks to, for lack of a better term, take his breath away.
After a brief moment of indecision, it looks as though Hammer has decided to up the offense. Powers him up. And it's white noise on the arena floor, threatening to send El Jefe into REM sleep.
You know, up until now, the match has been leaning heavily in El Jefe's favor, but I think he's wearing down. He's moving slower, not recovering from attacks as quickly. He's running out of gas. I see it, and I'm sure Vernon Hammer sees it too. I'm starting to feel a little less confident in our champion here, Buck.
Understandably, Tyrone, but look at it like this. The title's not on the line, and in El Jefe's defense, he, just like the rest of us, didn't know who Vernon Hammer was before he walked down that aisle tonight. he never got a chance to scout him, never got a chance to vet him. He had to get into the ring with him sight unseen with no idea who to train for. If he has to wrestle Vernon Hammer again, and I'm sure he will eventually, even if not a blowout, he'll be better prepared. At least he should be.
Meanwhile, fellas, El Jefe's showing us that he still has some fight in him. I think all your doom and gloom may be a bit premature, Mr. Noble.
I hope you're right, Mr. X. But I can't help feeling like El Jefe is just 1 or 2 big moves away from a great big L. He better stay on his toes.
Well, he just drove all 10 of those toes into the side of Vernon Hammer's head. And it looks like, at least for the moment, that he's back in control of the match.
But for how long, Buck? We've seen this reoccur multiple times this match. Vernon Hammer takes 10, 12 consecutive moves from Hannibal Hernandez, which he eats, and then Hammer flattens him with some devastating power move that he struggles to recover from. I just feel like the writing's on the wall, and the print is legible.
Well, thankfully, our champion is looking a lot more optimistic about his chances here tonight than you are, Tyrone. You were singing his praises earlier, and now it's like you're playing a funeral march? Keep your head up, shawty. Believe in your champion.
I can only believe my eyes, Ronnie, and look what they're seeing now. Vernon Hammer just unleashed the Burning Hammer. That move's practically the death knell for any opponent.
You think? Well, look at that, Ty. Fortunately, Hannibal Hernandez is not just any opponent. He's our CAW World Champion. You heard?
I heard.
And Hernandez snatched out of the leapfrog and walloped with another one of those brutal power slams.
You see? Big power move by Hammer, low recovery rate from Hernandez. My pro wrestling prophecies aren't magic, guys. There's a science to this.
You may be on to something there, Ty. El Jefe looks to be completely inanimate as Hammer ascends to the middle rope and drops a big elbow on the prone Golden Child.
Jefe going for the figure 4, but he's rejected, and I think that may have been his final salvo. At this point, he's out of ammo.
Hammer posting up for something, and I bet I know what.
You and me both, Buck.
He's coming with that Burning Hammer. And I do believe, incredibly, that is a Rapidapt.
Man, this is a travesty. A man should know who he's getting in the ring with before he's in there with him, fighting for his life. Corporate should be ashamed.
I guarantee they're not.
And Vernon Hammer is going to Blowout as the #1 contender for the CAW World
The
title.
winner
Yeah,
by pinfall,
unjustifiably.
Vernon
Sorry,
Hammer.
homie. I got bad news for you.
Uh-oh.
Don't look like Hammer's going to have time to celebrate. Look at this.
I said this would happen. Bad News has been pushed out of his title opportunity at Blowout and is here to voice his displeasure.
Yeah, he's got his own inimitable way of doing that, hasn't he?
He does, Buck. Great word, by the way.
Thanks.
I could have told you that such an imperious spirit, such as Bad News, would not tolerate the disrespect that he feels is being shown him.
And I'm sure we haven't heard the last of it either. I expect we'll hear more from Bad News, as well as Vernon Hammer and the champion, as we head into Blowout, our upcoming special event. Be sure to join us then. I'm Buck Wild.
I'm Tyrone Noble.
And I'm Ronnie X. This has been CAW, Classic Action Wrestling. Thanks for joining us.
CAW Classic Action Wrestling is a Spectate and Create production.
Kevin Cole, Killer Cross, Kingpin,